Yo, what is going on, guys? Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 7. For this video, I'll be going over some set photos from The Flash Season 7, Episode 3, that were obviously taken by Canada Graphs, and alongside that, I will be talking about what actually took place on set, and just various things like that. But before I go over anything, however, you guys don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you are aware of more Arrowverse content coming your way. Okay, so roughly about 2 weeks ago, we obviously had The Flash begin filming for its 7th season. They were able to wrap up their episode 1 pretty quickly since most of their episode 1 was already filmed, since it's the cancelled episode from The Flash season 6. So they just needed to add that extra amount of footage to wrap up their first episode. So they finished that pretty quickly. But also we then had them moving on to episode 2, where I obviously covered a video on it. And I talked about the set photos taken by Canada Graphs once again. So I will link that in the description down below so you guys can check it out if you haven't already. Now, about mid last week or something, they started filming episode 3 of The Flash season 7. However, they were mostly filming indoors until now. I believe these set photos are pretty much footage from the last remaining scenes for them to wrap up episode 3. And for these set photos, this is pretty much part 1 of what Canada Graphs took, and he will be releasing part 2 later on in the week. So before I go over these set photos, I will obviously do some crediting. Now, credit to Canada Graphs for these set photos, because if it weren't for him, we obviously wouldn't have had them. And also for this video, I will only be using 6 of the set photos that he put up, not all of them. So if you guys want to check out a lot more extra set photos that I didn't add on this video, you guys can check out his blog page. And if you guys want to know about like what took place during set and just various other things like that, be sure to visit his blog page. I will link it in the description down below so you guys can check it out. And also I'll link his YouTube channel in the description down below as well for those who want to check it out. His other videos are really cool as well, and he does do a lot of live streams, and it's cool to stick around over there and chat with him as well. And I believe he's very close to 6K as well, so let's try and make that happen. Okay, so now I will go over these set photos, but also I'll read some segments of the blog page, so obviously we get a more in detailed description on what's going on while they're filming these certain scenes. So the blog page starts off by saying how the Flash was on set filming in an outdoor area, and that is obviously Star Labs, and it's that staircase area where they filmed the scene in Arrow season 3. But it goes on to say, these scenes seem to consist of Grant Gustin as the Flash and Efrat Dorr as Eva McCulloch, aka the Mirror Master. Very little of the scenes could be seen for most of the night, but at one point I did see part of a scene being done where Eva seemed to be looking in one direction. Then they had Grant move to the other side of her and turn around to look in that direction. They had more shooting to do that night later on, but I went home when they had their lunch break intending to come back in like 90 minutes time. But instead I fell asleep and didn't wake up till the next day. So that's all I have to report from the first night, which is kind of a blessing because the second night was so big I need to break it into 2 blogs. I do not know if any other casts worked that night. As I said, there was not a lot to see for most of the evening. Something I saw the second night makes me think there could have been other casts on set the first night, but were positioned in a way where I could never see them. Okay, so obviously as I'm speaking, I'll put up some of the set photos on the screen right now. And remember, this isn't all. So far, I will only put up 3 of the pictures I used. So if you guys want to see a lot more, be sure to visit Canada Graphs' blog page. So here are a couple of photos of Grant Gustin suited up as the Flash. He's walking down some stairs about to confront Mirror Master. Obviously we get the shot of Efrat Dorr as Mirror Master as well. Now the fact that this is being filmed towards the ending of them supposedly wrapping up episode 3, this does lead me to believe that whatever is being filmed right now can indeed be the final showdown between the Flash and Mirror Master. Obviously I could be wrong about that, but the fact that this scene is being filmed by the time they're about to head into filming for episode 4, it does lead me to believe that this could potentially be the the final battle of the Flash and Mirror Master. But as I said, I could be wrong about that. But then the blog page goes on to say, all I knew early on was that Grant and Ephrat were both on set, along with Candice Patton as Iris West Allen, as well as one, as it turned out more than one, dressed in the same attire as Mirror Mistress. With Iris there in the same place as the Flash and Eva, this confirms that by this episode, Iris escapes the Mirrorverse. How and when, that is something you have to wait and see, as I did not see anything on these nights to suggest how it happened. The scenes seemed to be very long and dialogue heavy, as Eva stood facing away from me for quite a while before eventually turning around, looking around with a very serious and solemn look. She then raised her arms and Iris comes and joins her, grabbing her hand and looking at Eva with a look of assurance. A bit later, a little more of the scene unfolded, and we see the Flash reaching out towards Eva. What is his plan? And that is really where the blog ends. But I do have a couple of things to comment about this. Like the next three shots I will be adding into this video are quite interesting, and we do get some more context from what's going on from what Canada Graphs has obviously said over here. So first shot being a really interesting one, and it's of multiple Eva McCullochs, so multiple Mirror Mistresses suited up in the same suit. Now, as you guys can see over here, we have 3 Mirror Masters facing off the Flash, so clearly we will see Eva utilize more of her new abilities, which we haven't seen before. But then in this photo over here, we have Mirror Master looking like she's doing something with her powers, as she's reaching with her arms, like what Canada Graphs is saying over here, since her arm looks like she's about to like blast Barry by the looks of it. But most interesting of all is that we have Iris standing right next to Eva, so clearly she's finally out of the Mirrorverse. Now, I'm not sure if like Iris is like acting like she's joining Eva, as Canada Graphs does say, Iris joins Eva, like goes right next to her, or is she stopping Eva from doing something? I'm not really sure about that. It could possibly be something that she's doing to obviously distract Eva, and then as Canada Graphs says over here, a little more of the scene unfolded and we see the Flash reaching out towards Eva. So maybe what Iris was doing was kind of a distraction, so then Barry would then come in and take down Mirror Master. Maybe something like that happens, but whatever is going on over here is incredibly interesting. And lastly, in these set photos, we do have a shot of Barry again facing off Mirror Master. But the fact that all of this is happening, as I said, at this point when they're filming, it looks to be the final showdown between Eva and the Flash. And then we will move into the original Big Bad sometime soon, maybe in episode 4, but I highly doubt it. But it will take us a while for us to see the official Big Bad facing off the Flash in some outdoor areas. Now, one thing we still don't know is that would Barry be getting his speed back at this point in time or not? It is hard to tell, but I'm sure Canada Graphs would know the answer to that, because I obviously wasn't there. He was the one that was there, so he probably would know if Barry would have had his speed at this point or not. But since this looks to be the final battle between the two, I would heavily think that Barry would have his speed back at this point, but again, I'm not 100% sure. This is just an assumption. But this is really all I have for today. I'll be sure to cover part 2 as soon as that is released, and maybe in part 2 we could see some more interesting stuff that is going on while they film more of this final showdown between the Flash and Mirror Master. And we could potentially see like other characters like Killer Frost and Cisco show up as well. I just guess we have to wait and see. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys think about these photos. And also guys, be sure to check out Canada Graphs' blog page. Do remember, it is linked in the description down below. But yeah guys, I will see you guys in my next video.